COMFORTage, we try to make things to try to bridge a bit the gap between what the market offer and the needs and the digital solution. So how can you make this easier? What do we plan to do in COMFORTage to make that easier for the people? The floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Luke. So, in this, my name, first of all, is Manolis Rigas. I'm a postdoctoral researcher at the Lab of Medical Physics and Digital Innovation, Aristotle University of Thessaloniki. And in this short presentation, I will describe you the work that we are doing, developing the training and educational marketplace, which is a platform to empower aging with trusted digital tools. So, the purpose of this training and educational marketplace, TEM in short, is to deliver a catalog of digital health tools and applications related to frailty and dementia in order to support the educational process of COMFORTage stakeholders and beyond. So TEM is an independent platform that supports informed decision-making and targets mainly older adults and secondarily caregivers, healthcare professionals, and researchers. And overall, it tries to promote digital health literacy. TEM aims to be a central hub for frailty and dementia-related digital tools. So, briefly, what is TEM and how it's meant to be used? It is a web-based catalog of digital health tools. It will include metadata, summaries, and guidance for each tool. However, it will not host tools directly, but it will act as the curated access point for these tools. And it is designed for ease of use and accessibility. Here in these two screenshots, you can see the current state of TEM, which is under development. So, on the left, you can see the catalog with a list of applications. These applications are indicative for the time being. These applications are categorized. And once you click on one application, you can go to the screen on the right, where you have a pop-up giving you more details about this application, such as the web page and other information about this application. Of course, you can also search through the applications, filter, etc. So, older adults and caregivers often struggle to identify and trust digital tools. TEM aims to bridge this gap with curated, validated, and categorized tools. The validation of tools comes through expert curation within the COMFORTage project. It has clear descriptions of the tools and categorization of them. It targets specific users, mainly, as I said before, older adults, but also caregivers, healthcare professionals, and researchers in general. It has language availability, since it will be available in several languages, and will provide links to the tool. Through this platform, we aim to increase trust and uptake to digital resources.
Sorry, Manolis, 1 minute more.
Yes.
Thanks.
So, what value can give to tools TEM? So, for users, it gives easy access and guidance to trustworthy tools. And for developers, it gives visibility and credibility through the inclusion in TEM. So, tools gain validation and exposure to target audiences. Next steps in continuing with the development of TEM, we will expand the catalog. This is the main step that we will follow. We will enhance search and personalization features, and we will try to build a community around usage in order to get feedback and try to monitor impact on digital health literacy. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ali. Just a very quick question, a very short answer from you, if possible. Actually, can you just explain us which kind of criteria that we will be using that others have not been using up to now that really are important? You refer to the community, for example. Are you going to refer to implementation sites, which might guide possible users to have the experience they got with the use of the tools, or to price or whatsoever, which are not yet criteria which are used by other platforms like Orca Health or others which are dealing with.
Yes. So the criteria, thank you for the question. The criteria have not decided yet. So there is an ongoing process currently studying the literature and trying to identify which are exactly, as you said, the differentiating points from other platforms. For sure, one point will be that all tools need to be somehow related to frailty and dementia. So it will not be a marketplace for generally digital health applications. We will focus on these two conditions. So this will be one differentiation point. We will also try, although it's, as I said, it's not decided yet, to have solutions that are to some extent validated in pilots or some trials in order to be able to increase the trust of the users to these solutions. And of course, we will need to have transparency about who is the creator of the solution, if the solution is free or on charge, etc.
Thank you, Emmanuel. So I'm happy now to leave the floor to Maria Jose and Fatima from Intras, a very important partner in COMFORTage project. And the reason why I asked them to have a short intervention is that they decided to actually create internally their own tool to serve their own purpose. And they will explain us shortly why they decided to do so and what they expect from this.
Good morning. Fatima, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you for inviting us to this webinar. We will start now with a clinical situation in order to illustrate a Gradio Suite tool. So we have the story of Maite. Maite is a 70-year-old woman that has become concerned about her memory. She found herself forgetting names, appointment, and familiar words. She really worries, and this is very common in clinical in clinical consultation, that she worries because her mother has had Alzheimer's disease. Maite visited the memory clinic at Fundación Intras, where she underwent a comprehensive neuropsychological evaluation and assessment. And the results reveal a very mild change in memory and executive function, but they were consistent with subjective memory complaints, but not with a mild cognitive impairment. So the window for early intervention and prevention was wide open for clinicians. And the clinical team in Intras proposed her a personalized care plan centering Gradio Suite tool. Gradio integrates a cognitive training with sensory stimulation and emotional regulation through immersive virtual environments. And with the support of the therapists, Maite began a home-based program that targeted to attention, memory, reasoning, and orientation, while also she incorporates mindfulness-based exercises.
As Fatima has introduced, Graduate Suite is a neuropsychological assessment and rehabilitation platform designed for multidimensional approach to therapy. This new concept is oriented to intervention in cognitive impairment and also cognitive deficit from an holistic approach, which consider the different dimensions or domains of the individual: cognitive, emotional, sensory, physical, and functional, as a person as a whole. This approach is aligned with current approach to cognitive intervention, whether or not it is based on technological tools. Currently, we are working with people suffering cognitive impairment, cognitive deficit. It is addressed in an integral way. Working cognitive aspects, of course, but also functional, physical, sensory, emotional. This is the approach that Intras is taking with Graduate Suite. As I mentioned, Graduate Suite incorporates two modules to work on two domains of the person: the cognitive dimension and the sensory and emotional dimension. And in a few months, Intras will have a third virtual reality tool in the market, also oriented to cognitive dimension, will complement the two previous modules already available. As you can see, the first one, toward the cognitive dimension, Intras developed a Graduate Cognitive Stimulation, which is a neuropsychological evaluation, stimulation, and rehabilitation system for the implementation of training programs in people who have deficit or cognitive deterioration. The second one is to cover the emotional and sensory dimension, which is addressed with Graduate Multisensorial. It is a therapeutic support tool oriented towards well-being, emotional and behavioral regulation. It is an innovative tool in the field of neuropsychology based on virtual reality, oriented to work the sensory and psychoaffective dimension of the person through multisensory stimulation techniques, emotional regulation, and mindfulness practices. And the third tool that is going to be in the market shortly is Graduate Memory City. It's an extended virtual reality environment for cognitive intervention and memory stimulation through more realistic and ecological experience. As mentioned before, Graduate Cognitive Stimulation is designed to implement training and recovery programs for higher cognitive function based on new technologies. It allows older adults and adults with cognitive deficits or impairment to work on cognitive function through different activities. Graduate is conceived as a support tool for therapists. It's aimed at people with brain injury, traumatic brain injury, dementia, mild cognitive impairment, Alzheimer's disease, neuropsychiatric disorder affecting the brain, mental illness, or other conditions where cognition function is impaired. It's also suitable for prevention in after-aging programs or with a person with a subject memory complaint. These tools allows for personalized intervention, adapting this intervention to the specific needs of each user. This tool also incorporates advanced features implemented through intelligent algorithms that facilitates management by professionals. As well, efficient, personalized, and progressive monitoring based on user progress is done. Finally, Graduate Cognitive Simulation is based on more than 30 years of work of interest, integrating advances in neuropsychological, daily clinical practice, and new technology under an open innovation methodology, which demonstrates his solid scientific foundation.
Sorry, Maria Jose, 1 minute more.
Yeah, thank you. Here you have some different images of graduate cognitive stimulation.
So 3 months later, Maite returned for her follow-up. Her sense of confidence and cognitive self-efficacy has increased. She said, I no longer just worry about my memory, but also I take care of it. Through Graduate Suite, Maite was not only training her brain, but also reclaiming her personal autonomy. She resumed her social activities, started planning her weeks more actively, resumed her passion for reading novels. And so Graduate is a tool that allows improving quality of life, slowing down the deterioration process in case of Alzheimer's disease or mild cognitive impairment, improving neuroplasticity, increasing personal autonomy, and also enhancing self-esteem. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, both Maria Jose and Fatima. We have just another example, and starting from a different perspective with what you presented of a product being developed, but from an organization who's delivering services. So you choose this approach to actually develop with support of tech developers, the solution that you might be fitting your needs, so that, and then go to the market. So it's again a different approach, and which is interesting because indeed there you offer the user experience from the very start. So you're providing a global package, and so probably you can engage in discussions easily with other healthcare organizations. So let's go quickly to Stelios from Maggioli, which is a very important industry group, but has already been mentioned by Aristodemos. Actually, Aristodemos is using Allegiance, one of the products developed by Maggioli. So Stelios, what is your input?
Can I share my screen, or I shared already, or can you see my screen or not?
Yes.
Okay, so just a few, I will try to spend a few minutes. First of all, thanks a lot for all your presentations, were really very, very fruitful. Especially the three ones in the beginning, but also the two ones that the panelists shared afterwards about all the other solutions. I will try to be very short and saying my view about the use and the impact of the serious cognitive games which we are providing through our platform Allegiance. I am Stelios, from those of you who don't know me, I'm Stelios Pantelopoulos. I'm the head of Maggioli Greek branch, which is the Research and Innovation Center of Maggioli Group. So, very few things. First of all, this is, I have tried, but of course you know far better all than me that this is the different categorization of what we have in terms of what we can call older adult. That's why, because I would like to speak about the serious games and their impact. So, the main line is the line that people are at the end, they started to have, they are, assessed with dementia. So serious games, they try to delay the impact at the early stage of dementia and also targeted to people that are on the subjective NDI. But at least from us, our main goal is to target the left part of the cycle, which is for prevention and for early detection, and try to promote that health, cognitive training or train your mind is not only something that is happening only when you have or you start to have some cognitive impairment, but also can be a really health habit as you exercise also your body. So just a few words about from our side how we can see. Because all the platforms that all similar approaches like the ones from Intras, like especially Chimia, which is already on the market and try to support various target groups about various things, and one of them is also cognitive training, but also the Punto platform that presented by Sergio, which is a very interesting approach and experiment. For us, it's important to be based on what is called, maybe you know these terms, use it or lose it, or brain fitness. Before that, I would like to say also to say that there are, in our view, we have to think how to target, which, how to say, activity of life to target. Are serious games we are using for wellness purposes, so to have our mind on a better shape? Are we using for care purposes, so to take care of something that of initial brain problem or things like that, or it's about health problem that we have already type of dementia, so we would like together with pharmaceutical intervention or non-pharmaceutical interventions to delay the impact of dementia, because is not the goal is not to delay the dementia, but the effect of dementia in the everyday life and the everyday functionality. So our goal is to try to provide at personal level balanced channels to create good feelings, as you try also through the other platforms and the gradient, which is very, very important to the emotional feeling, the quality of life and the qualitative time, but also if it's possible to participate on groups, socialization, companionship and intergenerational activity are something that we feel that are very, very important around something, the serious game procedures, let's say. So very, very important is also trying to increase the impact without having the need of a special device. So trying to use widely used digital device, and thanks now we have a lot, which is PCs, tablets, smartphones, and try to work on two pillars: the personalization, so try to provide exercises as personalized or as precise as possible to its brain, but also trying to exploit all the technological enhancement that happens to the widely used devices, like the speech recognition and things like that, or AI adoption and things to come, technologies to come that will be embedded in the classical devices. But if required, and it is required, especially for rehabilitation purposes or in cases, for example, of Parkinson's disease and things like that, to add in a specialized device that can, of course, enhance the impact of the exercise. So, in short, I think our goal is to, as I think most of you, to have an open and expandable platform, trying to using, of course, to co-design the games and the activities with the users, the beneficiaries, and with the health professionals, and to collaborate with other organizations like the ones that presented before, to co-create things and to try to find out which is the best that we can have. So thanks from this. That's all, Luke.
Thank you very much, Stelios. I think that you bring, again, a very important message that I tried to emphasize at the beginning, actually, the need to have solutions which are really fit to purpose, not only taking consideration of the disease, but the stadium of the disease, the environment in which the patient is living, and so on and so forth. That's really, really important. The way you look at the ecosystem is really nice, I think, trying to have those resources really pluggable and implementable. And also the stress on the need to have multiple interfaces, which actually fit more what the patients and the carers need actually, or are capable to use. So we have a last, and thanks to stay with us, to have a few minutes patience. We will have a last presentation because actually for some of the patients, especially the ones the disease is unfortunately evolving a bit more, then the focus is mainly in trying to create a space of autonomy and security. And so the smart water environment is also something really important. And that's why I asked Sofia from CERT to have a short, to tell us about, well, this part of the technology, and which can also be a solution to avoid just having people placed in places where they lose completely this sense of freedom that they have when they stay at home. So, Sofia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Luke. Yes, thank you. So thank you very much. I represent CERT, which is one of the most research centers in Greece with a main mission in basic, applied and technical research. Today, I will present important information about the living labs, such as the smart home infrastructure at CERT and the digital innovation hubs. As it is well known, living labs refer at real-life experimentations. There are that enable testing, validation, development, and co-creation of end users, citizens, and stakeholders in general. They are acting innovation hubs and establishing a strong sense of. And in these inspired spaces, digital health solutions are integrated, such as AI, IoT, VR, wearables, etc., in testing and evaluation. Approach refers to health ecosystems, and one representative paradigm is the European network of living labs, the so-called Enroll. Excuse me for this. In terms of COMFORTage, real-world experimentation and pilot operations are planned to be implemented by developing and implement emerging technologies such as patient digital twin. Roles of digital innovation hubs are to transfer knowledge, not just to tech providers, but centers of knowledge, boost open SMEs by identifying best fit part, like ecosystem connectors. Our digital tools in COMFORTage context address the overall cognitive status of older adults, especially the early stages of dementia, through an integrated way, AR, VR gamification techniques, as you can see in the screen, the virtual supermarket, the well-known application, computerized tools and the linguistic platforms implemented as integrated as interactive mock-ups. And also the virtual assistant, the AI-driven conversational agent for personalized care and self-management of chronic disease. The Digital Innovation Hub of CERT was registered research catalog in early 2007, consisting the first digital innovation hub in the region of Central Macedonia, and has been fully operational ever since. The NZEB Smart Home, which, as I mentioned before, integrates digital innovation, integrates mainly three components, three pillars, the research and development, innovation management, and the overall ecosystem, implementing a number of cutting-edge technologies such as AI, machine learning, computer vision, smart hardware solutions, and so on. What is important to be highlighted is that NZEB Smart Home has been progressed over the time in a cluster, the EZEP cluster. Both are part of the digital innovation hubs.
Sorry, Sofia, 1 minute more, please.
Hub emphasizes on the role of, yes, of course, of the ICT, explores innovative ideas, services from the fully development phase, the R&D, feasibility study, and the mature market. Here you can see the timeline of the NZEB, and we have also developed dashboards that provide services for monitoring, control, and intelligence, as you can see. We are capturing critical data, health variables, environmental data such as temperature, humidity, and so on. So as an overall ecosystem, the NZEB Smart Home, where pilots will be implemented, intend to develop and streamline the flow of ideas and capital through the entire ecosystem, technology. We actively search for and identify cutting-edge technologies. We facilitate connections between innovators, investors, and partners. We cultivate a vibrant network of stakeholders and also setting successful strategies and lessons learned as a key to driving continuous improvement across the ecosystem of these smart places. And thank you very much
Thank you very
for
much,
your
Satya.
attention.